There is a food you can eat, you will start singing. Meanwhile, you are not a musician. Thunder from Zion. Let your voice be heard. Let the enemies scamper. Let the earth skip like white rams. Let the mountains melt like wax in your presence.
Welcome on board.
Though he cannot stop us as us, he can make us to keep violating those laws so that by our hands we can create an environment that can stop us. Let me explain to you this. If you are of light and somebody else is of darkness, but you refuse to fellowship with the power of light that is in you, the person that is in darkness that pays homage to what he carries in his altar, we have dominion over you. Not because he really has, not because it's ordained for him, but you left your altar idle. You are not governing because of yourself. You are governing because of Christ. And the measure to which you tend to the altar that God placed in your heart is the measure to which you come alive. In fact, are you with me? There are angels that are sent to you that has never gone to work. Because the energy that we send them to work, you have never generated it. If your altar become active, the angels sent to your life will become more active. It is only normal. You don't even need to say, I send the angel of God. I send the angel. You may say it, but you don't need to say it. There is a way you generate energy. They will be working by themselves. Are you getting what I'm saying? In the same way, if you ignore your altar, including the gifts of God that is on your life, they will be dormant. Satan will be behaving as if he's too powerful. He is banking on the fact that your altar can never come alive. A brother met me. He said that anytime he starts praying, this one happens, this one happens. I told him, overlook what is happening. Satan is not after that thing. He's after the fact that you are about to gain consistency on your altar. And I found out two things that Satan does. Is either he fights you with wrong things, maybe one or two bad things will happen, or he even gives you a good thing. There is a way you pray. As a young lady, you pray and you are about to, because of you, God began to do things around you and in your family. Satan, those days, there are sisters like that. Satan will even try to persecute them, it's not working. Try everything, it's not working. You know what he will give? He will give you comfort. Give you so much comfort that you will stay in your hotel room in Madeira. You stay there, you open the window. I traveled to one country to preach one time. Those days, I'm not used to some things. They put me in a hotel very high up. If you stay there, you'll be seeing the city. Small thing I wouldn't have prayed. Small. Even you know, there is a comfort that can take away your prayer life. That's not, at that moment, Satan has fought you with wrong things. It's not working. He gave you comfort. I'm telling you. That's why you need meetings like this to remind you. That's why you need meetings like this to revive you, to bring your altar back on fire. Huh? If that thing continues, the blessing of God will look like as if it's now a challenge. But His blessing, but it's now a challenge. There are people that God blessed. They used to fast. God blessed them. They kept eating. Kept eating. Kept eating. Some people used to ask me, what did food do to me? I have found out in this life that how did food bring down Adam? I don't know how I stumbled on a video on Instagram recently. A man came to a kitchen and he saw a woman cooking. The woman dished out one soup for him. He now tested with one. My brother, come out. There is a man of God there. He wants to be seeing me. The man, they dished out the soup for him. He tested it, swallow, put it in his mouth. When he tested it, he spoke in tongues. The food was so sweet that he gave him an utterance. He spoke in tongues. He looked at the lady that cooked that food. He said, whether you are born again, righteous or not, we and the host of heaven welcome you to heaven. It suddenly occurred to me that Adam might not be, don't blame him too much. Food. There is a food you can eat, you will start singing. Meanwhile, you are not a musician. I'm telling you. Isaac knew that the one he's touching is not Esau. But he don't shop. He said, no, the voice is something else. It's just the skin. What are you confusing me? I have experience. Your experience. When you shop food, you forget your experience. He ate food. You know what surprised me? When Jesus came, the same food. If Satan had the belief in food to bring it as the first test for Jesus, you should pay attention to the matter of food. But you can eat if you want to. But I've decided to be in charge of my destiny. And every man, it's not to be a pastor. Every man that is in charge of his destiny, we decide what enters his mouth. You need to be in charge. Are you with me? Yes, sir. If a man pays attention to the duty of the altar, by default, power is granted to you to rule over things and over territories. What I'm talking about is not emotional. That's the problem of many people. They think that the realm of the spirit is emotional. When they abdicate their duty upon the altar, sorry that I'm standing here, let me stand up. When they abdicate their duty upon the altar, when issues come up in their life that demanded the duty of their altar to be solved, they will now say, Lord, remember me, solve my problem. In this 1 week, you will save me. You will save me. See, listen to me. As a believer, it is not normal that situations come up in your life that it doesn't have a solution. It's not normal. Many times, God has called you to deal with it long time ago. But the situations around your life does not suggest that such a thing can happen to you. God is not that careless. I can tell you free of charge. He is not that careless over your life. I'm not saying that things will not come up, but they come up to be solved. They come up when you are very, very equipped to deal with them. So what God does is this. If something will happen in 3 years' time, he checks your life and finds out whether there are structures spiritually and physically around your life that can deal with that matter. If there is none, he starts pushing you. He starts pushing you.